What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, more Carolina Panthers coaching staff updates incoming now as they have made two more signings, and we're going to talk about those two shortly. They're very interesting signings, but we got ourselves a wide receiver coach and we got ourselves an assistant defensive backs coach. So we're going to talk about that shortly. First off, before we get started, I want to give everyone a heads up to be sure to check out the link for Game Beauty in the description for an impressive lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. And if you're interested in making a purchase, be sure to use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps. You can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so once again, Carolina Panthers organization beefing up their coaching staff as they have added two more additions. First, they have added former NFL three-time Pro Bowl cornerback DeAngelo Hall to be their assistant defensive backs coach. Wow. But yeah, he's making his coaching debut with the Carolina Panthers as an assistant defensive backs coach. Now, DeAngelo Hall, 39 years old, 15-year career, and it's a name I'm sure a lot of y'all in the Keep Pounding Nation remember. Used to play with the Atlanta Falcons, used to have quite some memorable matchups, DeAngelo Hall and Steve Smith. Remember those? And you know what? Even though he's making his coaching debut with the Carolina Panthers, I mean, I would think that he could definitely bring some wisdom to the defensive backs, especially considering he's a defensive back himself. Not only that, let's keep in mind how his career has been in the NFL. So, he's on the Washington Commanders 90 greatest. He's a first-team All-American in 03, and he's a three-time Pro Bowler in 05, 06, and 2010. He was also a first-round draft pick out of Virginia Tech in the 04 draft, first-round pick number 8. Not only that, his stats. He has 730 career tackles, 2 sacks, 11 forced fumbles, 15 fumble recoveries, 43 interceptions, and 10 touchdowns. Yeah. I would imagine that this is a man that knows the position, and I believe that he could bring a lot of wisdom and experience and uplifting for the Carolina Panthers secondary, for sure. So I have to say, not only that, he's set some records as well. Most passes intercepted in a single game, which is 4. Tied for 4. Most passes intercepted in one half, 4. And most career fumble return yards with 328. So, yeah, DeAngelo Hall. And remember, he's played for the Falcons, Raiders, and Washington. But you know what? Even though this is his first NFL career, or his first NFL coaching position, I have to say, I like the signing. I actually like the signing. You know, bringing somebody with 15 years of experience as a defensive back and is going to be an assistant defensive backs coach. I like the hire. I definitely like the hire. I know this is somebody that was pretty much an enemy for so many years. Of course, you know, played with the Falcons, you know, in our division and such. But hey, I think this is a good pickup. I think this is definitely a good pickup, and I can't wait to see how DeAngelo Hall does with his first taste of coaching. And I think this is a great starting position for him as an assistant defensive backs coach. I like the hire. I definitely like the hire. So, good move. Really good move. And we have also picked up another offensive coach. We got ourselves a brand new wide receivers coach by the name of Shawn Jefferson. Shawn Jefferson has a combined 30 years in the league between being a player and a coach. Played 13 seasons with the Chargers, Patriots, Falcons, and Lions. Had 470 receptions for 7,023 yards and 29 touchdowns. Not bad. A big play threat throughout his career. He once led the league with 22.7 yards per catch in 98. He's also spent 17 years as an NFL assistant with teams like the Lions, Titans, Dolphins, Jets, Cardinals. And apparently he was the Cardinals' associate head coach last season. Wowzers. And he also has an article on Panthers.com, 5 things to know about Shawn Jefferson. So let's jump into that. Shawn Jefferson, 53 years old, 17 years of NFL coaching experience, 13 years as a player. He had 2 Super Bowl appearances as a wide receiver with the Chargers and the Patriots. So let's dig into the 5 things to know about Shawn Jefferson. Number 1, coming from the Cardinals. It says here, Jefferson arrives at Carolina after working as wide receivers coach for 2 seasons in Arizona. In 2021, the Cardinals' pass game averaged 251.5 yards per game, the 10th best in the NFL. Jefferson worked with 5-time Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins during his tenure and helped Christian Kirk earn career-high marks in receptions and receiving yards in 2021. Jefferson was promoted to associate head coach for the 2022 season while still coaching receivers. So, got a nice little promotion there. Number 2, previous coaching stops. So before Arizona, Jefferson held positions with the Detroit Lions in 06 to 2012. So from 06 to 2012. The Titans from 2013 to 2015. The Dolphins from 2016 to 2018. And the Jets from 2019 to 2020. He overlapped with the new Panthers quarterbacks coach Josh McCown's playing years when the two were both at Detroit in 06. McCown as a backup to John Kitna and Jefferson as an offensive assistant. He also has a history with Sam Darnold, who played with the Jets during Jefferson's time as assistant head coach and wide receivers coach with the Jets. Okay, number 3. This man has worked with Megatron, Calvin Johnson. That's right. Shawn Jefferson played a role in developing Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver Calvin Johnson while the two were together in Detroit from 07 to 2012. Calvin Johnson set the NFL single-season record in receiving yards with 1,964 yards in 2012 and was selected to 3 Pro Bowls while being coached by Shawn Jefferson. Megatron also had 4 1,000-yard receiving seasons in 2008 and from 2010 to 2012, and led the NFL in receiving yards twice in 2011 and 2012. Woo! Yes, he coached up Megatron. Let me rephrase that. Shawn Jefferson coached up Megatron. Real name Calvin Johnson. Let that sink in. Number 4, playing experience. Prior to entering the coaching ranks, Jefferson played in the NFL for 13 years with 4 different teams: the Chargers, Patriots, Falcons, and the Lions. He appeared in 195 games, including 12 postseason matchups, and made it to the Super Bowl twice. Once with the Chargers in Super Bowl 29, and then once with the Patriots in Super Bowl 31. Jefferson's career ended with 470 catches for 7,023 yards and 29 touchdowns, and he was named to New England's All-1990s team. Not bad. Not bad. And then, number 5, he has a son in the NFL. Shawn Jefferson's son, Van Jefferson, is an NFL wide receiver who started in 2020 after the Rams picked him in the 2nd round following a college career at Ole Miss and Florida. Van Jefferson won a Super Bowl with the Rams following the 2021 season, helping the Los Angeles Rams defeat the Bengals in Super Bowl 54. Or excuse me, Super Bowl 56. I'm sorry. Super Bowl 56. But yeah, I have to say, I'm thinking this man was a good pickup. Shawn Jefferson. And his son, Van Jefferson, as of now, has 93 catches for 1,391 yards and 10 touchdowns. So, he's still on the up and coming. But yeah. Now, I know a lot of folks, a lot of the Keep Pounding Nation, such as myself as well, would have loved to see Steve Smith Sr. get hired as wide receivers coach. But I have to say, this Shawn Jefferson is a solid hire to coach up our wide receivers. I mean, could you imagine what he could help instill into a guy like a DJ Moore, an up-and-comer like Terrace Marshall Jr., who showed flashes? And the thing is, if Terrace Marshall Jr. can stay healthy, he can evolve. He can evolve into an up-and-coming, strong, possibly competing for the number 2 wide receiver spot. And you already see what DJ Moore has been able to do, but you add on this big piece of experience at wide receivers coach, coaching up DJ Moore? Shoot. I don't know about you, but I really like this hire. I mean, look what he's done with DeAndre Hopkins. Look at what he's done with Christian Kirk. Look at what he's done with Megatron. Hall of Famer Megatron, Calvin Johnson. And the dude also has a Super Bowl. So, I mean, or at least he's appeared in 2 Super Bowls. He's appeared in 2 Super Bowls. His son won a Super Bowl. But still, like, wow. That is quite a name to add as our wide receivers coach. Wow. So the Panthers pick up DeAngelo Hall, three-time Pro Bowler DeAngelo Hall, as assistant defensive backs coach, and then Shawn Jefferson to coach the wide receivers. Wow. 2 big signings there. 2 really big signings. So, let's recap the coaching staff once again. So let's see who we got, because this is just more and more. So head coach Frank Bright. On the offensive side, Thomas Brown, offensive coordinator. James Campen, offensive line coach. Parks Frazier, passing game coordinator. Shawn Jefferson, wide receivers coach. Robert Kugler, assistant offensive line coach. Josh McCown, quarterbacks coach. Deuce Staley, assistant head coach and running backs coach. On defense, Ajiro Avero, defensive coordinator. Dom Capers, senior defensive assistant. Jonathan Cooley, secondary slash cornerbacks coach. DeAngelo Hall, assistant defensive backs coach. Peter Hansen, linebackers coach. Tim Lukabu, outside linebackers coach. Todd Wash, defensive line coach. Burt Watts, safeties coach. And then on special teams, Chris Tabor, special teams coordinator. Devin Fitzsimmons, assistant special teams coach. And then overall assistant, senior assistant, Jim Caldwell, to help with offense, defense, and special teams. Yo, like, this is a solid coaching staff. Overall, this is a very solid coaching staff. Carolina Panthers organization, they're not playing around. They're not playing around. Like, I'm sorry, no offense, but Steve who? Steve who? I mean, kudos to him on getting a new defensive coordinator position. You know, is going to be with the Niners, but Steve who? I'm just saying. I know a lot of us wanted Steve Wilks. I get it. But can we really be mad about what the Carolina Panthers organization are doing right now with the coaching staff? Can we really be upset with this? Seriously. Just seriously. Because with these recent signings, I can't say a whole lot of bad. Hardly any bad with this. I'm just saying. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about the recent signings of DeAngelo Hall and Shawn Jefferson. And how do you think the coaching staff is shaping up now? I definitely want to hear from y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to also check out the link to Game Beauty in the description. And I also got the links to these articles I'll put in the description as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. And thank you so much for watching. For another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.